You read their text 3 times. Your thumb hovers over the keyboard. You can see the exact words you should type. Something warm, something real. But your chest tightens like a fist closing around your lungs. You lock your phone. You tell yourself you'll reply tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes never. And the worst part, you actually care about them. You think about them constantly. You rehearse the apology in your head 100 times. But the longer you wait, the heavier the silence gets until returning feels impossible. So you tell yourself the story you've always told yourself, that you're selfish, broken, cruel, the kind of person who hurts people who don't deserve it. But what if the cruelty you think you're committing is actually your nervous system's last desperate attempt to keep you safe? You disappear from people you actually care about, not because you're heartless, but because the closer someone gets, the more your entire system screams danger. This is not a character flaw. This is your nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do. Think of it like a circuit breaker in your house. When the electrical current gets too strong, the breaker flips automatically. It's not making a decision. It's not being cruel to your appliances. It's preventing the whole system from catching fire. Your brain does the same thing with emotional intensity. When someone starts to matter, when the texts get warmer, when they remember the small things you said, when they ask how you really are, your system detects a threat level rising, and it flips the breaker. Psychologists call these deactivating strategies. They are automatic responses your brain uses to suppress attachment cues and dampen emotional closeness before it reaches a threshold your system has learned is dangerous. You are not deciding to ghost. You are being shut down by a safety mechanism that was installed a long time ago. It shows up as procrastination, as sudden disinterest, as an inexplicable urge to pick a fight or find something wrong with the person who has been nothing but kind. It feels like you are sabotaging something good, but what is really happening is that your brain is trying to protect you from a pain it believes is inevitable. This pattern has a name. It is called dismissive-avoidant attachment, first mapped by researchers Bartholomew and Horowitz. It is not a personality type. It is an adaptation. When you were young, reaching out for comfort might have been met with coldness, inconsistency, or punishment. Maybe your emotions were treated as inconvenient. Maybe vulnerability was mocked or ignored. Maybe the adults around you were so overwhelmed by their own pain that there was no room for yours. So your brain learned a survival rule. Need nothing, expect nothing, and you will never be hurt by what you do not receive. You learned that independence is safety, that closeness is a trap, that the people who get close enough to see you will eventually use that sight against you. And here is the part that makes ghosting feel so inevitable. You do not wait to be abandoned. You preempt it. Psychologists call this preemptive rejection. You reject first, not because you do not care, but because caring has always been the thing that made you vulnerable to pain. Vanishing is not cruelty, it is control. It is the one move that guarantees you will not be the one left standing in the wreckage, waiting for someone who is not coming back. You disappear because somewhere deep in your nervous system, disappearing has always felt safer than staying and risking the confirmation of your worst fear, that you are too much or not enough, or that love is conditional and yours has run out. And then the shame arrives. It is the shame that keeps you gone even when you want to come back, because now it has been too long. Now you have confirmed every bad thing you have ever believed about yourself. Now you are not just someone who struggles with closeness, you are someone who ghosts people who did nothing wrong. The shame loop is vicious and self-fulfilling. The longer you stay away, the more evidence you collect that you are exactly what you fear: untrustworthy, hurtful, broken. So returning feels like walking into a room full of people who now know the truth about you. Let me tell you about Marcus. He was 34, a software engineer, smart and funny in group settings, but terrified in one-on-one intimacy. He started dating someone who actually listened when he talked. She asked him questions about his childhood, and he felt his chest lock up like someone had poured concrete into his lungs. He stopped replying to her texts. He felt crushing shame every single day, but he could not make himself reach out. He lost the relationship. It took him 2 years and a very patient therapist to understand what had happened. He was not cruel, he was terrified. His nervous system had learned in childhood that being known meant being hurt, and ghosting her was not about her at all. It was about a little boy who had learned that vanishing was the only exit that did not end in pain. You are not a terrible person. You are not broken beyond repair. You are someone whose nervous system learned that closeness equals danger, and ghosting is the emergency exit you were taught to use before the pain arrives. Your thumb hovers over the keyboard. Your chest tightens, but now you know that tightness is not proof you are broken. It is an old alarm system that once kept you alive. It is a scar from a time when disappearing was the safest thing you could do. The shame you carry is not evidence of your cruelty. It is evidence that you care deeply and that your system is still trying to protect you from a pain that might not be coming anymore. You are not cruel. You are not a ghost. You are someone whose nervous system learned to vanish when love got too close. And that means you can learn something new. Start here.